Here's 5 tips to dramatically improve your life in 2023. Tip number 1, master one skill before you move on to the next one. When you master one skill, you hone all in on that, you're actually more likely to achieve better than that. Instead of going halfway in on 5 skills or 2 skills, right? Go all in on one skill. And then when you master that skill, you can move on to the next one after you've mastered that. A lot of people go in on one skill, like, oh, this is gonna make me money, this is gonna make me money. And they get to the point where it gets hard to make money and they aren't making money, and they give up and they move on to the next thing where everybody else is making money, right? So don't be that person. I think there's a quote, it says, jack of all, master of none, or something like that. Tip number 2, do high leverage activities. A high leverage activity is a small amount of energy or time that it takes for a task that gets you a lot of value out of it. For example, some people will go to the gym and they'll be there for 2-3 hours, but they won't get anything done. And they go to the gym with me for 30 minutes, then the next day they're as sore as they have ever been, even though they've been working out for so long. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was working out with people who didn't know how to work out. We would go there for 1.5-2 hours, but we wouldn't get anything done. We would just be there for time. I didn't see very much results at all. And I paid somebody to teach me how to work out correctly, and we were there for 30 to 45 minutes. And I was like, that's it? That's all we're gonna be here for? He said, it doesn't matter how long you're in the gym, it matters what you do in the gym. And then very next day, I was as sore as I've ever been. Tip number 3, don't take advice from people who aren't in the position that you wanna be in. This applies to a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are getting advice from people who aren't where you wanna be in life. So when your parents are telling you what to do, if you wanna be a millionaire and they aren't millionaires, then you shouldn't listen to them. For example, my parents, whenever I came to them, I asked them about credit cards and stuff because I heard a little bit about it when I was 18, and they were telling me, go get a credit card with your local bank. Like, that's what we did, right? And they didn't know about utility rate, they didn't know about like limits, and they didn't know anything about credit. Then, instead of listening to them, I decided to reach out to somebody who did have good credit, and he's a millionaire. And he said, hey Dylan, this is what you should do. Get a credit card with Discover. He told me to call Discover actually, and he gave me a list of questions to ask Discover so I can get my answers. And I learned more in that 30-minute phone call with Discover, in another 30-minute call with him, than I did ever than anything my parents could have ever taught me. I actually applied that, and in 1 year, I had a better credit score and history than my parents. So then I took that knowledge and I applied it and I taught my parents. So this applies with everything in life. Don't take advice from people who aren't in positions that you wanna be in. Tip number 4, you are the 5 people you hang out with. See, a lot of you guys are hanging out with 5 bums, and that's why you're never gonna be able to grow outside of that. If you're hanging out with 5 people who are fat and they eat Taco Bell every night and they don't go to the gym, they're playing video games, they're just not doing anything good with their life, and they're all just bums, right? They work at Walmart or something, right? No offense if you work at Walmart. But those people are not gonna be able to tell you or get you to a millionaire status. They're not gonna be able to teach you how to run a business. They're not gonna be able to do any of that stuff. So you're gonna need to surround yourself with 5 people who are thinking similar to you and who, if not, are doing better than you, so that you push. If you're hanging out with 5 people who are all working out, they're all doing stocks and trades, and they're all trying to learn a skill, and they're all mastering something, and they're all doing things that are bettering their life, you're gonna automatically get better by default, right? So hang out with 5 people who you either A, want to be like, or B, have similar mindsets as you. And then you definitely will go further. Tip number 5, thrive off of discipline, not motivation. Let me explain. I'm gonna use the gym for example again because it's easy to understand. When you go to the gym off of motivation, you're strictly going on certain days that you're motivated. But when you wake up some days and you don't want to go to the gym, that is what discipline is. So if you slowly shift your whole entire life to drive off of discipline and not motivation, then you're gonna be able to get up in the morning, and no matter if you're sad, no matter if you're happy, no matter if you're mad, you'll still go to the gym every single day. Rather, off motivation, you might get up one day and you're like, you know what, I don't really wanna go. Or there might be a week straight where you're like, man, I'm really on this. And then the next week, you're not really on it because you're just having a bad week. So you need to do discipline and not only apply it for the gym, but everywhere else in life. Because when you're going on this entrepreneurial journey, you're gonna be your own boss, nobody else. So you have to be the person who tells you to wake up at a certain time, to get to work, to go research this, to go do that, nobody else. The reason why you show up to work is because you have to. Because if you don't, then your boss is gonna get mad at you, and you're not gonna be able to, you're gonna get fired from your job and you're not gonna get paid. So you need to slowly transfer to becoming disciplined and not motivated in every aspect of your life, and you will improve. So guys, start working on these 5 things. If I were you, I would write them down, these exact 5 tips. If you wanna learn how I was able to get rich, in the top of the YouTube description, there's a free course. Go to that link and use that course. That's gonna teach you how to start your business. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on everything, subscribe. I'll see you later.